Recent leaks and unauthorized disclosures have stirred intense anticipation around the next Avatar series, rumored to follow after the era of Avatar Korra. Although no official confirmation exists at the time of writing this, scattered reports and concept art descriptions suggest that the upcoming series is set far, far into the future. This distant era appears radically changed, populations isolated into separate havens, the old nations seemingly gone or transformed, and most shockingly, it may feature two avatars instead of one, twin sisters named Pave and Nisha. Information about this new series surfaced through posts on social media and fan forums, often by anonymous insiders, sharing character designs, animatic details, and plot outlines. Some of this leaked material was quickly removed, raising speculation about its authenticity, meaning it's obviously real. But at some point, the Avatarist video, a friend of the channel, was discussing these details, and his video was briefly taken down by Paramount, who claimed copyright infringement, which is completely and totally false. The video later returned, thankfully, although he can't monetize it anymore. But this incident really demonstrated that the studio is not happy about these leaks coming out, and really they just want nothing about this being shared. So today what I'm going to do is share all of the details with you. So this takes us to a radically altered world. The series reportedly takes place long after Korra's time. The world is set to be scattered into secluded havens, each refuge an unforgiving landscape, meaning the world is being destroyed. While the exact cause of this fragmentation at the moment remains unknown, a core mystery in the story may involve uncovering how the civilization deteriorated into this state. Another piece of the puzzle concerns the fate of Avatar Korra herself. No one seems to know what exactly became of her or what chain of events led the Avatar line to branch into two incarnations at once, but we do know that Korra allegedly saves the world, but it causes everything to shatter, and she of course dies in this, bringing the two new avatars into existence. So this scenario represents a pretty profound departure from the established lore, and historically the Avatar cycle has always consisted of a single individual being born into the next nation at a time, but how this will work with no nations we don't know. Or is it just a bender of that next element in the cycle? Who really knows? We're about to find out all of this stuff in the new series, I guess. But the Avatar universe has experienced dramatic transformations before. Korra's era opened up the spirit portals, revived the Air Nation, altered many relationships between the humans and the spirits. So perhaps twin avatars are a natural, if unexpected, evolution of this new uncovering of different lore that we really didn't expect. So now let's get really into the details of these two new twin avatars. At the heart of the speculation are Pave and Nisha, these two twin sisters who can bend all four elements. Now we don't know if one can bend two elements and the other can bend two, or if both of them can bend all four. That would be crazy. I don't see why that would be the case. I don't see how that would work in lore. So I think it's going to be one is going to bend either fire and water, which are the two opposites, or the two complementary elements, fire and earth. But we know that their leaked descriptions emphasize their stark visual and symbolic contrast. Pave, whose name is associated with meanings like pure or holy, reportedly wears lighter pink hues and keeps her hair down, while Nisha, connected to the concepts of night and darkness, dresses in dark blue and ties her hair in a ponytail. They appear as mirror images, one aligned with the light and purity and the other hinting at a shadowy complexity. Their contrasting symbolism extends to their animal companions, with Pave's spirit animal, Gi, who is said to have white and grey fur, while Nisha's companion, Rui, is black and dark grey. Both creatures apparently bear distinctive forehead markings reminiscent of the shapes associated with Rava and Vatu, the cosmic spirits of light and darkness introduced in the legend of Korra. Now this has led many fans to theorize that Pave may carry Rava's essence, while Nisha could be influenced by Vatu. Another possibility is that Rava's spirit split, resulting in two avatars who share distinct halves of what once was a unified spiritual lineage. So if Rava is split, that would make sense for two elements being on one and the other two elements being on the other. Although if it is Rava and Vatu, then they could each be bending all four elements. This would just mean that there are two lineages of Avatar. The Rava lineage continuing on from Avatar Korra, Aang, Roku, going back all the way. That would carry four elements themselves. And then you'd have the Vatu spiritual lineage pretty much just being Unalaq, and then this new Avatar, Nisha. Of course, we don't know if the cycle would be opposite for the Dark Avatar. Maybe the cycle goes in the opposite way. That would be cool. The notion of a Dark Avatar has circulated in fan discussions for many years, pretty much ever since Korra came out, and even before, some people speculated that that could be possible. In Korra's story, we learned that Rava and Vatu exist in an eternal cycle, and that even after Rava's victory, Vatu remained dormant, patiently waiting for a time to grow stronger. If centuries have passed, it's conceivable that this tension inside the Avatar's soul intensifies, resulting in two separate beings, one associated with Rava's light and maybe the other associated with Vaatu's darkness somehow. This scenario could reconcile established lore. When Korra defeated Vaatu, he never fully disappeared. If his essence persisted, perhaps it eventually manifested alongside the avatar cycle of Rava, producing a second avatar cycle, being the one of Vaatu. Such a development would definitely push the narrative into unexplored territory, forcing audiences to reconsider long-held assumptions about how the avatar state and spiritual inheritance operate. Moving on to that, we learn about the mentors, the war, and the harsh environment of these new havens. Additional leaks mention that the mentors who guide each of the twin avatars being two separate people. Pavey's mentor Jay is rumored to be an airbender wearing armor reminiscent of pro-bending uniforms, hinting at cultural continuity with Korra's era, and Nisha's mentor, Captain Carrick, is reportedly an earthbender outfitted with a cape and a more militarized style of gear, possibly reflecting a world now steeped in conflict. We also learn that in this world there will be a draft, military ranks, and armor suggests that survival and warfare are the front and center of this new age. The exact nature of this conflict is unclear, and the havens could be vying for resources, or humanity might be battling external threats, be they environmental, spiritual, or something else. Please no aliens. Introducing a war and drafting avatars mentors implies higher stakes than ever before. Instead of a single prodigy traveling through a relatively stable world, these avatars may be forced into leadership roles amid instability, destruction, and fear. As you can imagine, these drastic changes have sparked huge debates within the Avatar fandom. Many fans are excited by the idea of twin avatars, seeing it as a bold step forward that could rejuvenate the franchise's mythology. Others worry that it might contradict core principles. After all, the Avatar has always been unique, with a singular line of reincarnation extending all the way back to Avatar 1. To have two at once could feel like a rupture in the carefully established spiritual logic that anchored both Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Still, precedent exists for shaking up tradition, with Korra's decision to leave the spirit portals open at the end of Book 2 of Korra, irrevocably changing how humans and spirits interacted, while Book 3's spontaneous airbender emergence proved that the world could transform in radical ways. The leap to twin avatars might be another narrative evolution, prompting reflections on what balance really means when the Avatar's original premise no longer holds. Some fans propose that maybe both Pavey and Nisha are avatars in name and power, but differ fundamentally in their spiritual composition. One might represent the established line connected to Rava, while the other could embody a newly formed or awakened aspect influenced by Vaatu. One could be the avatar of balance, which we already know from many years, and the other could be the avatar of chaos, the exact opposite of Rava and that line. Alternatively, both could share Rava's essence if it fractured into two separate vessels, reflecting the world's fragmented state. The nations fractured, so maybe the avatar did too. Another theory imagines a complex scenario where the avatar lineage itself mutated due to extreme conditions over time, the spirit of the avatar adapted, resulting in dual incarnations. No matter the explanation, these developments could provide fertile ground for storytelling, and two avatars might approach the same problem differently, argue over strategies, or embody complementary qualities needed to restore order. The dynamic between the sisters, who share ultimate power yet differ in outlook, could offer some pretty rich character drama and philosophical debates about the nature of unity, destiny, and conflict. The leaks also mention test screenings and animatics. These production details have pretty much remained unconfirmed, but test screenings are a standard practice in animation development, allowing creators to refine the storytelling, pacing, and characterizations based on feedback. If these screenings did occur, it suggests that the project is underway, but with plenty of time left for revisions before a final product is released. So given that no official word has been issued, all the details remain speculative and they could change, although considering they copyright struck some fellow Avatar YouTubers, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, they're all legit, so you can take that from me. But anyway, the conversation around these leaks just underscores how popular Avatar still is all these years later. Fans remain eager to see how the franchise evolves into a new era, and there's going to be big opinions going either way. Introducing two new avatars in a warlike environment and riddles about lost civilizations, this could really change things for Avatar. This could either destroy the franchise or make it the next big thing, bigger than Star Wars. Star Wars is dying at the moment, so let's just hope Avatar can carry the torch and bring some damn hype back. Anyway, in summary, these leaks suggest a massive change to the Avatar franchise. Pavey and Nisha, light and dark avatars, either being one from Rava and one from Vaatu. We got mentors, Jay and Captain Carrick, and things are going to be set in a survival-oriented setting while mysterious havens and unknown cataclysms beg for explanation. So if this sounds awesome to you, if this sounds like a series that's going to interest you, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be covering all of the new details on the new avatars, the new series, the new movies, everything Avatar. Come to this channel for that. And if you made it this far, drop a thank Mr. Zuko in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.